All right, number 5. Do you think that being a reactor is going to be a temporary affair? And how long do you see yourself doing this?
I mean, I will do this until I don't enjoy doing it. That's the fair answer. I can't put a time or date on it, but I will continue to do reactions and edit as long as I enjoy it. And there may be breaks in between. Like everyone needs, a week or 2 weeks off, minimum.
Or 2 years.
Or 2 years. Because don't forget, this is like, people joke and they think, oh yeah, it's so easy, but it is like a second job. It's like even a part-time job. It's like doing this, if this is 20 hours of work a week, or in a certain time, and then you've got another job, or not even another job, other responsibilities in life to do, whether that's the boring stuff like hoovering the house, cleaning up, going to get the groceries and stuff like that. That is all stuff that you need to be able to do. Seeing friends, seeing family is all important. So I will continue to do it as long as I enjoy to do it. And even if that means that there's only Michele watching my YouTube videos at the end of the day, I'll still be doing it if I'm enjoying it. If I get there, and I think it's something that I am proud of you for, is that you had all these views and all these subscribers, and this people that would go die. Some people would die for stuff, but people would kill for stuff like that. And you said, no, I'm taking a step back. And it would have been easy for you to just carry on and do stuff. But I think the key was you say, no, it matters to me in a sense, but there's a bigger picture here. And I come first. And I think that's important. And those people who follow you and do genuinely care about your channel and you will understand that and will comment saying, take your time. We'll be here when you come back, if you come back.
And I appreciate everybody that has done that. You've done that. You check on me all the time. We speak, either we message, we do this, we do something once a week where we're just seeing how each other's doing. And that's important because mental health is, adding something like this where other people are leaving comments, do it like everything we've talked about. If you wrap all that up and then you like throw that into the life you've already got, and you think, okay, oh God, I wouldn't have time for that. Like, don't push it. It's not worth having a, mini breakdown over.
No, definitely not.
Or whatever. It's really not. But I agree. Do it until you, while you're still having fun doing it, because people will be able to tell. They'll be able to tell. I mean, and I know that like every day in October, which we're in October. That's why my hair's pink, y'all. It's for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Thank you. Ooh. But so get used to it for October. But George started October 1st with his first horror film, and he's going all the way to the 31st. And he's thinking, what have I done? But seriously, he doesn't have to edit anything. It's a live stream. And not to make it sound like it's nothing for you, because you have to come home from work during the week and still hold your little teddy bear, whatever your pillow, because George gets scared. It's fun. But no, it's nighttime for him. It's like 3 or 4 in the afternoon for me, and I'm usually okay, but still, it's scary. And he's still doing this, but it's because he loves horror. And he was born on Halloween, so that kind of goes hand in hand. And if he didn't enjoy horror, then he wouldn't have signed up and said, I'm going to do this for 31 days. Because, he's got the movies are downloaded, and he has to come home. And I hope you eat before you get on the thing with us, because I don't know. You look like you're okay. But he just sits back and he watches it, and he's like, okay, I'm going to hit play, and everybody can watch it with him. And I pull it up on my TV, and it's fun. It's not anything that I feel like if you had to edit it and put it on YouTube and record it ahead of time and do a 10-minute, like you would have been like, hell to the no, I'm not doing any of this. I might do 1 or 2 movies in October. That's it.
and that was the thing behind it as well. But then, and also, for me, it's to try and do it so people can enjoy it. But I mean, you're still going to get those people. I mean, I've still had numerous comments that are like, why can't you just show the screen? Why don't you just show a little bit? And I'm like, look, I'm not here to get copyrighted. if you want to watch movie reactions, there are plenty of great people out there. An example of new reactors who have just started a couple of months, maybe in June, July. 2 British reactors who have been doing movies, Cinema Rules. They've done amazing. They're, you know, like 16,000 subscribers, and they're doing all these movie reactions. I didn't want to do a reaction because I've seen the films, so I'm not gonna. It's not gonna be like, oh, there's no point in me putting something together. So for me, this was just, I do this anyway. I just thought, well, this year, you know, I've got nothing really planned for October big on the channel, right. So let's just do something. And if you want to watch along with your version, you can. You don't have to watch the lives. You know, it doesn't bother me how many people are there. Yeah. It's just, you know, it's to have that cool people. And that's something I wanted to touch on before I'll forget, is that from, and I can only say this from a reactor's point of view, that I know we've talked a lot about the people on the keyboard warriors and all that, but, and I don't know how you feel about this as well, I think the reactor community, so what I would say is that, and I think you'll probably agree this too, Michele, is that the community itself as reactors is like a family or a group of big friends that, and it's difficult for people to comprehend, because I've said it so many times to friends that I see in real life, and I go, oh, you're my friend Michele, my friend Jess, and they're like, who are they? And I'm like, you know, from YouTube, and they're like, oh, how are they your friends? And it's like, you don't understand, like, we all go through shit together. Yeah. Sorry for my language, but we all go through stuff together, and we all understand the thing that we're doing. So to have that community, I think really helps, because you have people checking in on you, you know, then you start doing stuff together like this, which is a great thing, and live streams together and things like that. And even talking off camera, you know, for example, with like, I, like a few years ago, I went and met Alex from Tortured Boy, and we had a great time, and it was great to see each other. And then when I was in America, I met Hunter, and we went for dinner and stuff in Florida. So
I wasn't able to go, but I'm gonna see him soon. We're gonna work it out. Yeah,
sort something out. But my nan was like, "Who's this random woman that you just go to meet for dinner?" She's like, "She could be about to steal you." And I was like, honestly, no, you don't understand. We've been like friends for like 3 years. Like it's you know, it's different.
It's okay. Yeah.
So I think that's important. Like, no matter how distanced you feel from people, like, you know, I think that's a positive about social media, because there's a lot of negatives that get thrown around, and there is a lot of negatives, but the globalization, the connection of having these people like Michele and Jess and Alex and everyone and Hunter that are all over the world, being at the click of a button for, you know, hey, how are you? And I always think, you know, oh, should I be bothering them? Sometimes you do get that, like, should I be bothering them because I know they're probably busy and stuff like that. But, do you know, and then I end up messaging saying, oh, I wasn't going to message you because I thought you're busy. And you're like, it's fine. Like, I've got time, you know, I'll make time. It's not an issue. Yeah.
So, and honestly, other times when I first went off YouTube for a while, and then I made that anxiety video, like George, he messaged me right away, because he was like, anytime you want to talk. And I said, thank you. I can't talk like we would talk like this. I said, I will let you know when I can talk, because I can't talk right now because I'll cry. Yeah. Like verbally talking to someone about what I was feeling at the time and everything. Like I said, I even said something to him. I was like, unless you just want to sit and look at a video and watch me just cry and not understand a word I'm saying. And he was like, LOL, like, just let me know when you're ready. Yeah. And so we did. We waited, and he would be like, I'm just checking in on you. And I'd be like, yeah, I'm still in bed. It's, you know, not yet. Smiley face, heart. So it's that kind of comfortness. It's that kind of comfortableness that you get with the other people, that you don't feel like, oh, they've contacted me, I better talk to them, and I feel like shit. It's we know each other, and we are a tight community where we can say, and like I bothered George and say, I can't get it to turn on. And he's like, yes, I know. Turn it. Let me walk you through it again, Michele.
Yeah. Try it again. Write the list down.
He has so much patience. It takes like an hour. But, you know, I'm 48. I don't know what the hell I'm doing half the time. I've even forgotten how to record. If I wanted to react to a show right now, I'd have to go back through and be like,
take about 4 days.
Yeah, yeah. How did I record a show? I forget.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, I think that's important to note as a final thing is that, there is a lot of people that are watching you, but there is, and you may feel alone at times or like, oh, I just can't. But there is a group of people who have all gone through the same stages of the YouTube situation as you are going through. And,
right.
It's important that you can reach out to them and they'll be like, look, I know right now that all you're focusing on is your views or your sub count, but honestly, I went through that. And right now, I feel a lot better for not even looking at those sorts of things anymore.
Yeah.
So I think that, there's a lot of negatives to YouTube, but there's a lot of positives that, sort of when you look at them together really outweigh any of the negative thing, because you can make lasting bonds with people, whether that be.
I was just gonna say that's been worth it for me. Just the friends, just this part. Like if I didn't do another thing, and I could still just like chat with y'all, like on on Zoom or just anything all at one time, and maybe we'll do that sometime soon. But George and I are on the same page.
Yeah.
Ooh, ooh. Thank you, George, for joining me.
No, thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. I've had a good time.
Well, you're welcome. I might have you on again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know you've been on TV and radio, but
yeah, I am fully booked up. But I'm going to have you on my channel, aren't I? On the 16th of October.
Oh yeah,
me and you.
What are we watching? Because
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh my gosh, y'all!
2003.
The first video that he did in October 1st was Scream, and I've never seen Scream. I haven't seen half of the horror movies that he has seen and is showing, and that's why I'm like so excited. There's several on here, Poltergeist or something. I haven't seen that. I mean, I know it's a classic, but I haven't seen a lot of these. But I will watch them with George. So yes, I will be joining you on the 16th, and we will be watching that Texas Chainsaw Massacre together.
Exciting!
Yeah, very excited. Okay, thank you so much for joining George and I on this video. There will be more reactors to come. Thank you for staying tuned. Until the next video and the next time. Bye.
Bye. Some people wear masks. I wear masks. Okay.
Okay. Question number 5. Do you think that being a reactor is going to be a temporary affair for you? How long do you actually see yourself doing this?
Well, I'd like for Belinda to finish Game of Thrones. So, I don't know, 5 years.
I thought she was going to say 5 months, but 5 years is hilarious.
Who knows when that's going to, when the finale comes out will be.
And these are the shortest seasons. That's so funny. Seasons.
Oh, man.
5 years. Okay, y'all heard it here first. Today's October the 6th, and it'll be 5 years from now.
5 years from today, the finale.
That's funny. No, seriously. I know you, like after Stranger Things and Game of Thrones, is there anything planned? Or are you just totally going to maybe hold off? Or like what? What do you think?
We wanted to dive into the Buffyverse after we finish Game of Thrones.
I've not ever seen that.
Yeah, okay. It's probably Buffy the Vampire Slayer is probably my favorite show of all time.
Okay.
And Belinda's never seen it.
Oh,
and there's also a spin-off show called Angel. So that's 2 shows that we'll be watching at the same time. Now, I'm watching 2 shows now, and it already takes me forever to get a video out.
Yeah.
So once we start the Buffyverse, that may be all we can do for a while.
Okay.
But it's a really reaction-worthy show, and I know a lot of people that have reacted to it. Liam Duke.
Yep.
You know him?
Yep. I'm gonna be interviewing Liam.
Yes, also. I love him.
He's so funny. His dry sense of humor cracks me up.
Yeah, yes. He's probably my favorite Buffy reactor there is. And then of course Liam Catterson is another great Buffy reactor.
Okay.
And they're still in the middle of the shows. They're still watching them. I think Liam's almost done with Buffy.
Okay.
But, it's a huge commitment. Buffy is 144 episodes.
Wow.
And 7 seasons, and it's long.
Okay.
So me and Belinda aren't talking about starting that, but because I know it's such a huge commitment, I have to be completely ready for that. So I'm hoping that we'll just be able to jump right into it after season 8 of Game of Thrones.
Okay. And I know, well, it's harder, I think, for y'all too, because, you know, some of the people that are reacting together, they're couples, like Nikki and Steven and Lacey and Steve.
Yeah.
They live together. And I know Belinda has to travel and like set aside time to come to your house, and she has kids too. It's just like,
and she has all those
harder.
And
the dogs.
It's all the dogs that she has to take care of.
You know, some of them
can't leave them. And she can't bring them over here sometimes. Sometimes she can, sometimes she can't.
Right.
But they also interrupt.
I'm excited to watch the full reactions of that then with y'all, because I'm not going to react to, you know, any more TV shows, like I said. Right. So I'll at least get to experience it with Belinda. And since you've seen it, and then if there's something she doesn't understand, I probably won't. And then you can because I like how you clarify without ruining anything, and you answer just enough to where she's like, oh, okay, you know, and then that's how I am too. I'm like,
really irritate her. Just ask me a question, I'll be like, I don't know.
Like, yeah, she does. She'll go, well, of course you do. And and then she's like, it's like, it's coming. The answer's coming. She's so funny. So we know that Buffy's going to take a while. So that's on the books for now. And then Angel, you can do them simultaneously, or do you have to finish Buffy? And then
Buffy for the first 3 seasons, and then Angel starts in Buffy season 4. So it starts a little bit later.
That's interesting that a spinoff would happen like in the middle. They would just be like, okay, now we need to just do this. That's different, because that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great show. If you get a chance, just binge watch it. It's great. It's on Hulu. Yeah.
Yay. Well, I'm going to watch it with y'all. I would binge watch it, but I want to watch it with y'all, so I'm going to wait. But y'all binge watch it and then watch their reactions to it. But I can't wait that long. I'm going to wait till it's out on Patreon, and then I'll watch it.
We're also doing, when we get a chance, we're watching Harry Potter too, because she hasn't seen it.
Really?
And we do a movie 3. It's on. There's 2 of them are on our Patreon. You can go watch those. They're $5 on Patreon.
Okay.
To watch the full reaction of Harry Potter, and there's the first 2 are on there, and we've already filmed 3. I just haven't edited it yet.
Yeah.
Edited
it yet. Well, that's what I'm going to start. I'm going to start reacting to them soon. And then that way I'm probably going to react to 6 or 7 out of the 8 of them or whatever before I even put the first one on Patreon. That way I'm that far ahead. I can kind of go like, because, you know, if other people want to say, oh, well, have you seen such and such movie? Then at whatever, I don't know, whatever tier I would do, then I could say, okay, I'll watch that movie for, you know, for you or for whatever, for everybody.
Right.
But I'm not going to edit it for the 10-minute YouTube. They can kiss my ass, because they never gave me my plaque because I got 2 strikes.
Yeah. It's so much work to cut down a movie like that for YouTube.
I don't have time for copyright. I don't have time. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
I will eventually cut them down for YouTube, but I haven't made it there yet. I wanted to finish all the movies first and then put them out on YouTube.
Right.
And we're on movie 3, and it's taken months to get there. So it'll be up sometime in that 5 years.
And then 5 years is it. I don't know what's going to happen in 5 years. The world's going to end or something, but that's her deadline. So she has officially made a schedule.
No, this is great.
Yeah. Thank you for joining me.
Oh, you're welcome. I loved it. I love seeing you.
I love seeing you too. Thank y'all for joining us. Until the next video and the next time. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Number 5.
Okay.
Question is, do you think that being reactors is going to be a temporary affair? How long do you see yourselves doing this?
Well,
until you're my old age?
I know. Yeah. That's what I was like. How long do we do this?
So if we held up our 2019 schedule, we probably would be done by now.
Yeah.
Because
crazy.
we were doing like 5 shows and like on top of everything else with being at work, like driving to work and doing all the stuff outside of home. Like that's primary reason why we kind of tailored that down a little bit, because Twitch doesn't require editing. It's a great opportunity to like connect with our community live.
That is me hanging out with my friends. It's like, hi friends,
Good.
welcome to the shit show.
Yeah.
Let's have dad puns like all night long. Just chat. It's like it's so fun.
So
Good.
The reason why I made the decision to shift our strategy with the reaction channel is for longevity. We want to be able to do this as long, like I don't have an end in sight. It's going to happen one day, obviously. I honestly, like, this is something I've talked about for like the last year and a half or so. Like, I think it's going to end us before we end it, in my opinion. I think the way content's moving, it's going to get harder and harder and harder for us to, like, and I'm speaking us as reactors, like all of us. I think it's going to get harder and harder to use other people's content to create content.
I agree.
I could just see in the future where it's like strike. You can't use that show. It doesn't matter if like fair use won't even like, regardless of if that's a thing or not.
Exactly.
Where we're like, I'm obsessive compulsive about it when I edit, about staying within the guidelines as much as possible.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to end us before we end it. And I don't see us having an end date personally, like in terms of, oh, we're going to stop in 2022 or whatever.
Right.
We'll keep going as long as we can, as long as it makes sense.
And as long as you enjoy it. And other people are enjoying watching you, because you don't, it needs to be a two-way street. And that's what keeps you close to the subscribers and
we
fans.
love it.
And
the sticker fam has not failed us once in terms of suggesting or voting for a show.
Yeah.
They've introduced so many great shows to us, and we've got a ton returning, and I'm sure there's a ton more that they recommend on a daily basis that we can get into. So it's not like a type of content that's ever going to stop. Yeah. There's always going to be good TV to watch.
Something fun to do.
Exactly.
So I don't, as long as it's fun, as long as it makes sense for our life and our schedule, I don't see us personally ever, like at least anytime soon, being like, we're done kind of thing. So.
Right. Well, that's good. That's good for everyone that's watching this to know too, because I'm sure that it crosses their mind with people that they've followed for a certain amount of time. They're wondering, how long are they going to do this? Or, you know what I mean? Like, life happens, and sometimes breaks are going to need to be taken.
Yes.
And I mean, I'm still on my 2-year break. It was going to be 2 weeks after Game of Thrones ended, but I just wasn't enjoying it. I got to a point where I didn't want to come in this room. Yeah. And that's not a good sign. I mean, I did over 1,000 videos in 2 years.
That's amazing.
That's a lot. I know my body was probably saying, stop, slow down. And I wasn't paying attention to that at all, because that's what I do. And people are putting in the comments, can you react to this? And, of course I can. I never say no. Right. And then I just, it just burnt me out. And so I'm still on this hiatus, and I was like, I'll be back. And I'm like, will I? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that if I do come back in some capacity, it would be on a Patreon level only. Mm-hmm. And then I don't have to edit, because the whole process that we talked about several questions earlier with how long everything takes, and then hours that people don't realize, hours to edit, that for me, just that getting, off my shoulders makes me feel better about maybe I can just react to some movies that people, recommend, and then it's in one long clip.
Yep. Exactly.
And I can just put that up and, watch several movies in a row, and then rest for a few days, and then put some more up, and So if I do something like that, that would be the capacity of it. But I'm glad that y'all are still moving forward and enjoying it, because we're enjoying your content. And I do check on y'all from time to time. I haven't watched Ozark yet, but I will. And then I'll watch the reactions.
Awesome.
And The Boys I've heard is good. And so I know of other people that are reacting to that as well. And I think there's not many episodes in that per season,
It's
right?
2 seasons, 10 episodes each.
Yeah. So I can.
And you're not going to want to stop once you start.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. And I was like,
oh my gosh.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yeah. It's a little jarring at first because you have expectations.
Okay.
But just put those expectations away because it's not going to be anything that you're going to think of.
It's fantastic.
Okay. Okay. And then once I watch that, then I'm going to watch everybody else react to it because I'm going to watch those on my own and just enjoy them. And sorry, Nikki, you're still going to have to put on makeup. And I have enjoyed talking with y'all so much. Thank you.
It was such a long time coming.
I know.
It happened a long time ago.
And y'all are my first couple. And I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love you guys.
Wow, we love you too.
Yeah, thank you. I try.
We've always been so grateful for all the support. The shout out when we started Game of Thrones.
Oh my God, wild.
Just so long ago. We're so appreciative of you and everything you've done and everything you do for all the reactors out there. You're amazing. So thank you very much.
You're very generous.
Thank you. I always think it's the least I could do. I didn't have anybody like do that for me, but I think I hit YouTube at a great time because it was right before season 7 and there was months that people had to wait. So they were looking for new Game of Thrones people and I would just fit right in there. And then I was able to catch up for the season 7 and then go live with everybody. So I think I kind of was lucky in that way. And I just want other people that I enjoy just as much, like I want to share it. And then like, if I see they're still not getting a lot of views or whatever, then I'm like, I'm going to make a video about it because they're not, they still haven't found them.
Yeah.
And it was great because I had watched y'all do The Walking Dead and I was like, they're going to start Game of Thrones. What? Oh,
I know how we were going to start
making a video.
I'm not interested in that. No.
I know. I know.
Yeah,
now
amazing.
it's like the best show ever.
I know. It's up there. It's top 3. I love this format, this StreamYard, and I would love to do it again sometime.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Maybe something I don't want anything bad to happen. Maybe something good will happen in the world and we can like talk about that. Yeah, come on, 2020. Knock it off. We get the joke.
Yeah, it's not funny anymore.
It's not. March and April were the longest years of our lives. That's enough.
Yeah.
We'll definitely do this again. I appreciate y'all making the time. We've got a 3-hour difference. I'm on the East Coast. Y'all are on the West Coast. Stay safe.
You too.
Don't be starting any fires.
No.
Yes.
Jon
Snow.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Jon Snow.
Jon Snow.
He's a Baratheon.
That was another thing that that he's a Targaryen.
I'm never gonna live that down. I'm not ever gonna live it down.
Well, he's never gonna live down Snow because every time it was brought to his attention, it's like then I see where the little part of you is like, I'm gonna keep doing it now. I'm gonna do it more often.
Especially if it bothers her. I'm all about it.
Jon Snow.
It's like toss a coin.
Yes.
Y'all are such fun. And if you have not subscribed to their channel yet, the link is going to be down in the description box below the video. Please subscribe. Watch their past videos. Watch Ozark and The Boys. And join their Twitch if you like doing the gaming thing. They're doing 3 reactions and then 3 of the Twitch.
Yep.
So they're mixing things up, but they also have a Patreon page and you can get early access to stuff. So just like check out the whole channel and definitely subscribe and you won't regret it. You'll love it.
Thank
You're welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Until the next video and the next time. Bye. Do you think that you being a reactor is going to be a temporary affair? Or how long do you see you doing this channel?
I don't see myself stopping anytime soon. There are like other things I'd be interested in trying out and stuff like that. I'm on an acting agency. So, you know, that's another reason I may not get time to film videos some days. I'll be away doing stuff like that. And that's a thing I'm very passionate about, because that's what I went to uni to do. And, you know, I only started the channel for one of the many reasons was that, you know, if I didn't have any work to do, I was just going to sat there on my own in my uni room. Like, what do I do? Watch some TV. So that's a big reason for that. So I'm always going to have other interests, but I'm so passionate about TV and film and video games, all sorts of things I cover on my channel anyway. I can't see myself kind of stopping showing my love for that anytime soon, for sure. So I think I'm in it for the long run.
Yeah. Well, good. I mean, as long as we've talked about this, as long as we can fit this in around our life, you know, and things are still going smoothly, and we're still attending, like doing, if we're still, you know, some people are working. I don't work anymore. I was doing this and I was working, and then I stopped and did this full time. But some people are just, you know, they're soccer moms and soccer dads, and some people do it for a while and then they take some time off. Hello. 2 years now. I was going to take like a week off, and then it was like, oh, I need a month off, and then it turned into 6 months. And but like you said something earlier about the motivation, like if that's another reason I think it's time to kind of say, okay, I'm done with this, even if not forever, like for now, because I just couldn't keep record, react, edit, upload, record, react, edit, upload. Plus I have to get dressed and look somewhat presentable, because the comments are bad enough as they are. I mean, I've had some people be like, are you like 60? I mean, why are you doing this? And I just want to be like,
wow.
I love you. Heart.
You're so good.
I love you. Yeah. It's like, are you the oldest person to ever? Yes, I am. And say it to my face, I'll kick your ass. But I'm going to give you a little heart on the comment and move on. But yeah, so stuff like that. Like, I backed myself off, and then I made that anxiety video, and just to kind of let people know where I was, because I still enjoy doing this. I just couldn't do the things I was repeat, record. I mean, it's a lot, and it takes hours. And if your computer doesn't want to cooperate, then it takes more hours, because you've got to start over, or you thought it saved the file and it didn't. So I think that if someone's thinking of starting a channel, I think they need to think of all these things. What is my daily life like right now? Are my kids really young? Should I wait till they're older? Are they gone most of the time and I have free time? Can I get in front of the camera? Do I have thick skin? Can I read comments that say I'm too old, or, you know, we hate your hair pink, we want it blonde. You know what I mean? Like I get every little bit of like, let it roll off your back. And are you still motivated to do it? And that's where I kind of fell off with the motivation. I was like, when Game of Thrones had ended, I really pushed through those last like 3 or 4 episodes, because I wanted to stop then. But Game of Thrones is kind of what threw me into this world of YouTubing, and I appreciate it, and I thought I need to finish it. And when I did, it was like my body just went, I just kind of deflated. And I thought, oh, I just really pushed it. I mean, I've done over 1,000 videos in 2 years, and it was like, yeah, I did that to myself, knowing I had anxiety. So you got to know your limits, which I'm talking to myself, because it was too much. And I had to step back and say, you need some time for you. You need mental health, a few weeks, months, years, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
And people will wait. And I've had some people that have, you know, unsubscribed, and that's fine. But I've had most people stay and have stayed subscribed. And I've had new people find the channel, because I'm not going to take it down. I mean, they're just now finding reactions to things. So, you know, it's a good thing. I see myself possibly starting it back up. I have no idea, but I'm taking it day by day. And as long as I get that excitement again, then I might be like, oh, or maybe I could just react to movies instead.
Yeah.
That's a lot less editing.
Mhm.
Not for YouTube, but maybe just on Patreon or live streams like George has been doing, or just something. I mean, there's a lot of options out there where it won't take up so much of my time.
Yeah.
And you're just a youngster. You could be my son, you and George and all of y'all. I mean, so, you know, as long as you are still interested, y'all definitely have youth on your side and all these cool shows to react to. So I'll be definitely watching.
Yeah. As long, you know, there's always going to be new TV shows, and you never know what's going to inspire you. If you see a trailer for something, you're like, oh,
yeah,
that's my kind of thing. Maybe I could do that. And as long as there's passion there, I say, you know, go for it. But listen to yourself as well, for sure. Look after yourself.
Exactly. I agree. Yeah. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Sure. And thank y'all for joining us. Until the next video and the next time. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Number 5 question, Miss Kryptonite. Do you think that being a reactor is going to be a temporary affair for you? Or how long do you see yourself doing it?
I will be reacting for as long as I'm alive, I would expect. I can't imagine. I genuinely can't imagine not having this in my life.
Yeah.
I love it. Like, I love every minute. I love the filming. I love the editing. I really love
even the editing. Right.
Yeah, because like, for me, like, editing is, I kind of almost, there are 2 Scriptonites when you watch my reaction. There's the Scriptonite that you're watching, and then there's the editor's notes. Like,
yes.
You know, I do quite a lot of inserts and little funny things, and I really like kind of process of, you know, there'll be a line in something that might call back to a previous reaction, you know, and then I'll go and figure out that reaction and cut it in, and I love that process. Because I don't do it that much. That's the other thing. Don't do it too much, because then you start hating it, and it's like, oh, that's
exactly.
why I don't do much. If I'm going, I'm definitely got too much on.
Right.
So I love that, and I just got inspired by Duo with the Discord server on their channel, and like I love the atmosphere is, and I thought I could do this with my guys. So
I'm not sure. Yeah.
My patrons, so I'm in there now with them, and it's like, why did I not think of this before? So it's like, you don't just get to watch your favorite TV show with other people who love the TV show and have a record of you watching it for the first time, which like, there are so many shows now in my past where I think, oh, I wish I had a reaction video for that, like, so I could live that actual first moment, you know, like the red wedding. I'd love to see my freaking reaction to the wed Reddit, you know, but I wasn't doing YouTube then.
Right.
You have that. You have this amazing archive for yourself of all of the experiences. But the community, the reactor community, is something that I hadn't even bargained on. Because it's not just, you know, what I knew as a fan of reactors was that it was a community as a fan.
Right.
But what you don't get quite so much of as a fan, I think, well, we do now because there's more channels doing stuff.
Right.
It's we talk to each other.
Yes,
you know,
we really do. Not like this all the time, but in the Discord chat, you know, chatting, and then like LOL, and you send gifts back and forth, and you just start dying laughing, and somebody else chimes in, and you're like, hey, where you been? I haven't been on there yet when you've been on. We're missing each other somehow, but I want to get on there with you at some point. It is so much fun.
Yeah. And so I was like, right, I'm going to set up one of those for Scriptonite Reacts.
Good.
And that just elevated my experience now beyond it, because it means like we're chatting in between, you know, because sometimes as a reactor, it's like you're almost sad when the sort of comments have stopped on an episode, because you still really want to chat about the episode, but it's like, you know, people need to got permission as well. And I feel like with Discord, it's much more relaxed, you know, because it's not like comments, it's actually a chat. You know, it really takes me back to like the beginning of the internet. Remember when we were all in chat rooms, and then people stopped doing chat rooms because everything was like went threads and Facebook. and I'd actually forgotten how much I enjoyed being in a chat room where
it's instantaneous, and there's so many people that are, you can see who's online and who's not, or if somebody's like in idle, like the little moon, it's like, oh, okay, they're busy, they're doing something, maybe they'll join later. You can send them a private message even, or say, hey, check on them, whatever. It's so personal, and it's instantaneous if they're at their phone or at their computer. And I love it. I love the Discord. It's I think it's great.
That's actually like the best thing. Like it just started happening this past couple of days where I'm not in the chat, but people are in the chat chatting, and you're just like, yeah, you're like, people are actually making friends in this little, like, almost like you've built a tent. You've just built the tent, and then people come in and fill that tent up, and then they make the party. Like, actually, like,
that's it.
I wouldn't ever want to leave this, even if I was doing like one a month, like
exactly.
Then kind of going, and I think about the future. Like, I want to do a book club. Something I really want to do is like, actually, I think this sort of format would work really well for that. A kind of virtual book club, especially with coronavirus happening. It's like any of us can go to our regular book clubs and stuff. So that's something I really kind of want to do in the future. And I am also starting movie night again. Duo Reacts inspired me. I've been watching their Avengers.
Yes.
Just like, that's such a great idea. I'm going to do the thing that they do as well. Like, I'm not going to do it straight away. I'm like, pace yourself in. It's like, just start movie night. And then I want to do like that Zoom thing that people who don't know. So Duo Reacts do this amazing thing. If you're a patron, you can actually they do live reactions, like in Zoom. So you're watching them react as they're reacting to the thing. And I was just like, that is such a absolutely. I'm never up late enough, sadly, to be able to join in with it. But I know how much I would enjoy that. Obviously, I've only been doing patron only reactions for like months, like since season 4 of The Expanse.
Yeah,
I've been over on Patreon. And obviously, I wasn't thinking, like COVID's going on, and anyone is going to be there going, I wonder what happened to Script tonight. Like, that did not even cross my mind. I've just gone over it. And then, like, I put up a video, like, as an announcement thing. To say, I'm coming back for, Bly Manor.
Yes.
And people are like, oh my God, I thought you were dead. And then it was over there when I looked at the community tabs for things. You're like, oh.
It's like, oh, well, I'm not.
See, no, I was just over on Patreon.
Oh my gosh. That's good though, because people are checking on you and they're like, where is she? Okay, where is she? No, seriously, where is she?
It normally takes me, like, unless it's someone I'm watching religiously, a couple of weeks before I notice something's amiss.
Exactly.
But my sort of favorites, I know on the day, because I'm waiting for them.
I'm the same way. I mean, I'm subscribed to at least 20, 25 other, reactors. And I might just watch a certain show from each one or whatever it is. And then I might not notice if they're taking a break, or if it's if I only watch them for The Walking Dead and it's on a break, then I know I wouldn't realize if they were gone until whenever it picks up. But if it's something that you're on top of it and you're watching it every other day, then you're like, wait a minute. Then you go to community tab. Are they sick? Let me call their relatives. No, I need to check on them. All right. Well, thank you so much, Scriptonite, for joining me. This was so much fun. I enjoyed this interaction. You're welcome. Definitely. When I was making my list of people I wanted to kind of ask these questions to, you were at the top of the list, along with the other people that they're going to see in the video. And this has been so much fun. Thank y'all for joining me for this video. Please go down in the description box below. Click on all these links for these reactors. You will find out that they're reacting to much more shows than you think they are. Look at the playlist. Look at so much stuff. There's loads there for you.
You're like, wow.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. So there's a lot to go through. It's going to keep you busy. And these are the people that I have on where the bell is turned on, notification bell. Like these people have I have them on for myself. So please tune in for their videos, and thank you for watching this one. Until the next video and the next time. Bye. So number 5, do you think that being a reactor is going to be a temporary affair for you? If not, or if so, how long do you see yourself doing it? And I know it's still a hobby, but how long do you want this to go on?
You know, now that I've decided, you know, what I'm going to do, and I have a schedule that I love, and I have software that isn't driving me crazy.
That's another issue.
Girl. Yeah, now that like I've figured out my groove, I could do this for a while. I have no idea how long I'm going to do this, because I'm just doing bad movies. That's fun. So
see, there you go. And you could do this till you're my age. I'm an old YouTube reactor. I mean, my gosh. I'm
a couple years older than me, girl. Please. I'm 40.
You can just do this till do it till it's not fun anymore. Period. Yeah. Like not just a certain show or what you're doing, but all together. Yeah. Like if and for 2 years, I honestly didn't want to come in this room. This is our guest room. I have a bed over here, and then I got some stuff stored over here. But you know, this is my reaction room. I started downstairs, but then we set all this up and then once I have to walk past this room to get from our master bedroom to go down the stairs. I would literally get this feeling of, I know I need to be in there doing something, but it would almost bring me to tears. I was like, I don't want to go in that room, and I didn't come in here unless I had to get something. Or it's crazy.
I get that. No, like when I was doing the show that I didn't like, and like I've hidden it from my channel now because I'm just like, I don't even want to. When people comment on the videos, I'm like, oh, I don't want to talk about the show. But like when I was doing that one, I kind of had the same thing because I had everything set up on my desk, so I could just plop down and watch. But I just didn't even want to sit there at all. So I get it.
You've got to listen to that inner. And not push through it, because there's something saying, and you don't want the dam to break, because once the dam breaks, that water's coming through it. It doesn't stop. It's just, and that's kind of, what happens. So now that you're doing the movies and stuff, I'm thinking about if I return, I would do just movies. And I think that's really interesting that you said that. And I'm glad that you're doing horror for the month of October. Y'all got to, she's going to be offering it up on Patreon first, like the full length.
On Patreon first.
And when she gets time, there is no schedule. Don't rush her. When there's time, she will upload it to YouTube.
Well, like now it's generally what my tentative schedule is. I'm calling it just a framework, but it's on Patreon. The full reaction is on Patreon on Wednesday, and the edited one would be on Wednesday on the channel. Okay. Because one video a week is fine.
Yes, I agree. That sounds doable. And I think, so October is great for, of course, horror. And I know you don't love horror, but you wanna kind of get out of your shell a little bit and just get scared a little bit, maybe. I don't know.
I just felt it because I'm watching like bad horror movies and stuff on my channel, so I felt like I owed it to the classics to watch. Oh yeah, the good stuff.
The Friday the 13th.
I felt like I was faking it if I didn't watch the good stuff too.
You gotta watch that. Yeah, and some of it whenever it was in the let's see, the Amityville horror based on true events. That was back in this like late 70s.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
She says she doesn't like true events. Next. But some of them are just really, and then there's the Friday the 13th, ones that you hear about. Okay. Well, I like that your format is changing, because that inspires me to, since it's been in the back of my mind that if I do return, that I would just do that and not do the whole edit, record, repeat, just the whole thing on Patreon. No copyrights, move on, not have a schedule, I think that's great.
It's so much more relaxed.
You
It's
look,
so great.
you look relaxed. You look very relaxed. You look great, by the way.
Because it's so fun, you know. You don't have, like you say, there aren't the restraints of it. People,
No.
you know, you have people who are going to watch it. It's
I'm glad. And everyone's going to tune in and see what you're doing, and they're going to watch your past Game of Thrones reactions, because I've seen a lot of those. And you like to take notes on things that you watch, and you go back and reference. And at the beginning, I took notes of like names and places, because it was like, you know, all these like Winterfell and Pesos and Essos, and I didn't know where we were. But like, you just take books of like notes and go back and put stuff together.
I do everything.
you have to, if you've seen Game of Thrones, just go back and watch it with Hunter, because she figures stuff out and talks out loud and makes the notes and refers back to stuff, and like, it's good. It's fun to rewatch it. No, but it's fun to rewatch it with you, because then it's something like you go, oh, that's why, whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't catch it. We're just in it for sort of like, we expect Daenerys to do this or that, and there's another reason that you come up with that I'm like, oh yeah, that is what her dad or another Targaryen said, you know, eons ago, and that makes sense now. So thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
I can't believe, like I said, when we signed on, that we haven't had like a chat one-on-one. We'll have to do this more often. I want to do a James Lipton type of forum where I go back to the reactors later and ask
for that.
his questions. You know, he has a stack of papers like this. That might be another video, and so we'll have to do that again soon. But thank you for joining me. Y'all, please subscribe to her channel. Check out the Game of Thrones things, like I said. Check out her Westworld reactions.
Just one season.
Just one season. But let's all see if in episode 3 we see when the light switch is on, that she figures it out. Or do you pause and say?
No, you'll see it.
We'll see it.
I
want to see now how she figured it out. I'm still kind of lost about it. That was great. Thank you so much for joining me again. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure that you subscribe to all the reactors that are going to be in the description box below. Everyone's great. I am subscribed to everybody.
Same.
And yes, exactly. So until the next video and the next time, bye.
Bye.
I should have introduced my friend. I forgot about this guy. Look.
Oh, hell. What's that?
It's a skeleton dog.
Yeah? From what? Is it from Harry Potter?
No skeleton dogs on Harry Potter, but my husband brought this home the other day. And I was like, oh, well, he's just going to sit right here in between me and Belinda, because you know how much she loves dogs.
Well, yeah. Oh.
So
here's a dead one right beside us. Oh, bless her.
He's like a white barker.
Yeah. He's a white barker. Oh my gosh. That's kind of the scariest thing I've seen in a while, though, to be honest.
It was pretty
that kind of freaked me out.
In those. So.
Stop showing me. Stop it. Don't look directly at it. Oh my God.
Give you nightmares. You'll be having nightmares about the skeleton dog.
Yes. No, but I'll let you go. Thank you so much. Love you.
It was fun. I love you. Take care of yourself.
You too.
Wear that mask.
Okay.
In the car.
I know that freaking mask.
Bye.
Bye.
If you need to take a break real quick to take a breath and
no.
Your water.
Sure.
I'm fine. Yeah. Drink some water. Got some vodka.
I know, right? We're doing tequila shots on it.
I'll get some of that in a little bit. I see you. You're a freak. You definitely have a Valley girl accent, though,
yes,
Nikki.
yes,
You do.
Totally.
You can tell.
I'm from like
Minnesota,
Wisconsin.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
No.
Don't you know?
Oh.
And then also the South, but then also California. I don't know where my stuff comes from.
Someone asked on YouTube comments, like, I love Nikki's accent.
I'm like, what accent?
And I was like, I have to ask. I'm like, what do you hear? Like, I'm curious. Like,
yeah.
What are you hearing?
Or it's like sometimes like my pronunciations of certain words, like buttons, it's like, are you from England? That's how they say buttons in England. I'm like, no, it's a button. It's a button. That's what it is. Or
is she talking about a button?
Yeah. A button.
A button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A button. That is.
It's a button.
Well, just because there's 2 T's in it, you don't have to emphasize it, Nikki. We've never done this.
I know. I was just saying, I'm like, I don't think I've talked to Michele before, like one-on-one.
No. Thank you for agreeing to do this.
Thank you for asking me.
You're well, of course. So I'm asking all the reactors. I'm going to be asking y'all all the same 5 questions, and then and then I'm just going to put this all together in one big long video. This is going to be fun editing all this down. I'm just getting all the footage for now, but I should get it done by the end of the month. I've just got a few more people to do.
For you, it's like that freaking first episode of season 6 of Lost. I cannot, like, every time I watch it, I'm not kidding, I've seen that 15 times now at least.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Every time I watch it, I am dying, like, I'm just pissing myself. It's when you're really full off.
I have so many DVDs of how to work out. From Pilates back in the 90s there's just a walking tape. The lady's walking to music. And I'm like, I am so lazy. I can't even do that. I'm so ashamed of myself. But I've got the DVDs. I'm not. I want to exercise and be motivated and encouraged and have somebody to talk to and say, do it again, do it. And, and
I needed that too.
You're doing it.
And I did that for a good, probably a year, 18 months. So like by the time I came out of the PT, I'm my own drill master now. Like they're in my mind. The nutrition coach was probably more important even actually than the PT.
Yeah.
Because that really, like, he really focused on why, like, what is the purpose of food to you, and how your kind of mental health and your self-image play into the way that you eat. And so for me, it was like, oh my God, I punished myself.
Yeah.
Oh, like, my whole relationship with food was basically like binge or starve. Like, not literally starve, but I'd be like, right, I'm going to lose weight now.
And then make sure that once you see that they're both in, you're both in, to click add to stream in the bottom corner, like you did when we came on.
Okay.
And then you should be good to go. And then you can just click go live then when you're ready.
Well, where's it going? He's getting his mask. He's getting his mask.
Okay.
Yes.
If I'm wearing a mask, honey, I'm wearing a mask, and you're all going to see me. And let me tell you right now, this is a fashion statement. Some people wear masks. I wear masks. Okay.